Hey all, JTC here. It's been a while since I've just kind of sat down and talked to the camera and ranted about something with no script and with minimal editing, so I figured why not do it again today, because A, I kind of miss making those kinds of videos, and B, I actually had something I wanted to rant about, and that is the kind of weird stasis we're in regarding PvE co-op Horde games. Now, to be fair, I think that this stasis has been a thing for the past year and a half, potentially even 2 years. It's just that with Vermintide on the horizon, people just kind of ignored it, and because they were expecting Vermintide to be the solution to that stasis. But considering the launch of Vermintide and Fat Shark's pause of new content, and the fact that no matter how you look at it, we're not getting new content for quite a while, the stasis just continues. If you're wondering what I mean by stasis, in the genre of the PvE co-op Horde game, there's pretty much nothing going on with all of the big contenders, and so we're just kind of stuck in this content drought where we don't really have anything new to do and won't for at least a couple of months. Think about it, on all of the big contenders within the genre. There's Vermintide, Back 4 Blood, Vermintide, World War Z, and Deep Rock Galactic. That's 5. Vermintide, we all know how that went, and we know that we're not getting new stuff for a long time. There's Back 4 Blood, which was pretty much a disaster on launch and never recovered, and Turtle Rock actually just announced either today or yesterday, don't remember which day, but they did announce that they're cutting support for Back 4 Blood to focus on their new game, so Back 4 Blood is no longer getting new content. There is Vermintide, which we all know and love, but the problem with Vermintide right now is that it's being affected by this, I guess you could call it, connection bug that makes clients hard DC from host repeatedly no matter who's hosting, and make hosts unable to host games because everyone who joins their lobby just immediately gets DC'd. I know I have been affected by this bug for the past 6 to 8 months, and when it started out, 8 months ago, it wasn't that bad and it was just every so often, but it's gotten to the point now where I physically cannot play the game without DCing. I know some people have been saying, JTC, are you going to go back to Vermintide since Vermintide's kind of nothing's really going on with it? I can't. I actually physically can't play Vermintide right now, so I'm really hoping they fix those issues very, very fast, because I was looking on the subreddit, and I know it's not just me, and it's starting to pick up, and a lot of people are getting affected, people on my Discord. Yeah, it's bad. There is World War Z, which I do know actually just got a major content update with the XXXXL hordes or whatever, and they added new stuff, so that actually might be a contender, but World War Z's combat is very simplistic and can't last as long as, other games like Vermintide and Vermintide and whatnot. And then, of course, there's Deep Rock, which everyone knows and loves. The problem for me personally is, despite all of the options that you have with World War Z and Deep Rock, World War Z, I did enjoy World War Z, and I probably will go back and play that at some point, because I haven't played it in a while, but it's not a very long-lasting game since the combat is very simplistic, so it's not going to last for a long time. And then I know I'm going to get crucified for this, but I hate Deep Rock Galactic. I respect the devs. I know they put in some serious hustle. I know their systems for monetization super fair, and they love their game, and I highly respect them for that, but I just think Deep Rock is the most boring video game I've ever played. And for people who have said, well, you just didn't try it hard enough, I shit you not. I have tried it 3 separate times. I have bought it 3 separate times and refunded it all 3 times, because I really tried to give it a chance. And then on top of that, I had a friend buy it for me a 4th time and said, why don't you play with friends? You might like it this time. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'll try it with friends for a 4th time. And I played 20 hours, and I still just don't like the game. There are a couple of games, though, that are coming out sometime in the future that might fill that content drought, which is Redfall, which I have seen a little gameplay of and heard about. It's supposed to be this co-op Horde shooter with vampires, which looks pretty cool, but that's not coming out until May or June, so we still have time before that comes out. And then, surprisingly, Overwatch 2. For those that don't know, Overwatch 2's PvE, that was supposed to release in early 2023, is actually modeled after a co-op Horde PvE experience, because there was some gameplay released that the top players like Sequel and them played, and The gameplay was very, very reminiscent of Vermintide and the like, because there was a bunch of enemies to make up a horde, and there were special elite and disabler units. So we have those things to look forward to in the future, but the problem is they're not coming out for many months, and in the case of Overwatch, potentially even like a year plus. So we're just kind of stuck right now. If you guys know of any games that I've missed, please let me know in the comments below, because I would really like another game to play and kind of dump some time into while I wait for everything else to catch up. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and see y'all next time. Peace.